Welcome back to Voice of Grace by Judith Babidi, of course, and that is me, Judith Babidi. So we have walked quite a long way now. You're getting to know a little bit of Judith Babidi. Kakumaloza Auntie Judith, maybe growing up, she was this happy, she was always singing. No, Judith has had her lows and her downs. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be where I am. That's why I said, let me tell you my story. Probably can pick one or two. You can encourage somebody. You yourself, you might be encouraged. So now, in the previous episode, I told you that when they brought me to my uncle's school, Nali Nyarwantale Primary School, I found the same student teacher, my cousin Eva, Auntie Eva. She was now a professional teacher in Nali Nyarwantale Primary School. And of course, I was happy. She was like the only person that I knew. And by the way, before I go to that, let me tell you something about our fathers. When I say our fathers, it means my father, his brothers, my uncles. Bakambwe. Manya basajja abakambwe. Ekyo simanyi kubanga bw'ogamba very tough, mu luzungu tekiva nayo. Basajja bakambwe. So reaching Nali Nyarwantale Primary School, my uncle was very reserved and quiet. Ayenga mukambwe. And he loved me so much, but I feared him so much. So one day I confided in this big cousin of mine that I want to go see my mother. And she said, okay, one day we shall see. So one day, I think she saw when my uncle was away, I don't know. And she told me, go and come back. I was excited. I walked out of the school gate. Twainanga kageti akalinga kumpi ne dining awo near dormitory yaba P3. Atera era bizibu bino bannange ngara ate dormitory eri kumpi ne headmaster's house kwegamba bambi kanyabo. I go to visit my mother. I was so happy. She was happy to see me. I saw my grandparents and I came back at night. I think I came back around 9 or 10. They escorted me back. My uncle by then ngayatabuse da looking for me everywhere. So when I get back, they ask me, who told you, who gave you permission to go out? I say, Auntie Eva. Auntie Eva also knew she was in trouble. Remember, nabagambye tewali masimu. There was no phone like, Judith, come back. So I came back easy, not knowing things are terrible already. Oh, omusajja yankuba. You people, Auntie Eva, yanegana. Omusajja yankuba emiggo. Oh, omusajja yankuba emiggo. Nengamba, this is bad. I think it is true. I should have stayed with my grandparents and my mother. He beat, but you see, after beating me, there is a way he began to bring me back. I knew that it was tough, but at the same time was loving. But I just wanted to say this. If you are an adult and you know that a child shouldn't be doing something, don't let that child do it. Because when you get her into trouble or him into trouble, as a child, one day that child is going to be an adult. She will never forget that pain. I say this because I was not lying. My uncle insisted I'm lying on an adult. She beat me for leaving school without permission. She beat me for lying. But I was innocent, you see? So, dear big brothers and big cousins, nephews, and whatever you are, do not let your friend or your sister or whatever that person is into trouble, and do not do anything that is beyond your authority, because when you get this child in trouble, no mulekayo yeka, tajja kwerabira. That one has never left my heart, because I wanted my uncle to know that I was speaking the truth. And okay, so you want to know how my life was at school? Yeah, I was happy. You know what? I love to sing right from a tender age. So every time I would sing, I had many friends because of singing. And I was now interacting with kids from high profile. Imagine Nali Nyarwantale had very many high profile kids. Kids, they had things that I'd never seen, beautiful shoes. Of course, me, I had my normal black shoes. These kids had sneakers. They had shoes in different shades. They were really beautiful. And on top of that, they had so many eats in their suitcases. And because naturally, I'm a very outgoing person, kind, jolly, and I only withdraw into my shell if I sense danger. So I had so many friends, and because I was very intelligent in class, I was always helping with homework. So basically, I had many friends. They would always share with me whatever they had to eat during break. And I loved school. I think it was in primary 3 that I also discovered I would play omanya ngoma enganda. Oba kale abamanyiza ogamba oba engoma enkyoli, engoma enyankole, you know our traditional drum, you call it in your own traditional drum. But for me, nakulia ku ngoma nganda. So I realized I could play traditional drums, but no one ever taught me. And that time we used to have music competitions in school. Twalinanga Miss Deborah Nakalema omugenzi, she rested bambi. Twalinanga Miss Nakazibwe bambi, she also rested. Twalinanga Metroni ono bamwogereko naye. Bamitanga Metron Kekshaka. Metron Kekshaka ye mukyala eyambulira enjiri. Kati ngenda kubulya ku Metron yone kasokenze wano mukuyimba. Miss Nakazibwe ngayagala nnyo edda twalinanga kye bayitanga traditional folk songs. So houses would compete and then schools would compete. So I just found myself singing and dancing. And Miss Nakazibwe loved me so much because of singing and dancing. I have a cousin called Esther. And she also had the same talent. She could dance, she could sing. So basically, that is when, if I look back now as an adult, I think that it was the first step into the music career. But you see, a music career without God, I wouldn't be far. I wouldn't get to where I am because I'm not the best singer. I'm not the most accomplished singer. And yet I've come so high by the grace of God. If I say so high, it doesn't mean that maybe I'm kind of like elevating myself, but I'm only appreciating how far God has lifted me because Sabirota, Sabisaba, I never strove for it, but God, in His infinite wisdom, He had mercy upon this poor girl. So, by the way, let me tell you, other than break time when we would run around and play, in my bed I was miserable. I can assure you, I don't remember any night that passed from the age of 9, especially up to my secondary years. I don't remember any night that passed without me crying in my blanket. Because nalino burumi. I faced a lot of rejection in my father's home. I never wanted to go back home. I never wanted to think about home. I felt like I wish I would spend all the days at school. That is the kind of thing. Because I knew that I was trapped in that kind of world. Because I knew, we are going to go back the same story. Judith did this. Father doesn't investigate. Dad doesn't investigate. Nemutula na kuvuma. Ojja kuzaala. Ebyana byezinze ng'emisota. Ojja kubonaabona. Ojja kuba bwoti. Yeggoli baaki. Sina bwe nkyusa bivumo bimu mu Luganda. Naye bannanga abazadde, I want you to know that the power of life and death is in our tongue. How much worse if it is your parent nga yayogera ebigambo bino? I must say I've endured pain from the world because of my mistakes. And I'm not angry with anyone. I do not judge anyone because I've done my mistakes. Naye bw'abeera muzadde ngo yakugamba ebigambo ebyo. Abaganda bagamba muzadde tasobya, kituufu tasobya. Era nange ngamba muzadde wange teyasobya. Naye enkovu tevaawo. So soogera bigambo bino because I'm blaming my father. No. I'm speaking this because I am healing. And if you're out there and you have gone through the same situation, I just want you to know that you are not alone. Cast all your burdens unto the Lord. He will take good care of you. God has been my father. He has taken good care of me. He's been my comfort. I don't know. Recently, I was talking to my big brother, Stephen. He called me from here. We're talking about something. And I told my brother, he has one daughter. I told him, Stephen, be nice to your daughter. I told him, protect your daughter. Tell her that you love her. And if anybody tells you anything about your daughter, don't just go out and begin to judge her or to use harsh words without investigating the matter. Because a child can only have one parent in life. No matter how much the world loves you, a child will only have one parent in life. I longed for the love of my father. Even through this, the trials, the pain, I loved him, and I still love him. But it doesn't take away the pain. It doesn't change the story of what I went through. Today, I've gone through a lot of counseling, and I'm still going through a lot of counseling to decode the post-traumatic stress that I went through. I'm still going through a lot of therapy to heal from that pain as a child. Because when you go through such situations, people who haven't experienced this will not understand this. But there is a part of you which doesn't grow. It stays at that point. It refuses to transition. It holds on to pain. It keeps on wondering, I wish, can this be done a different way? So reaching Nalinya Rwantale Primary School, my music became my hiding place. There were songs we used to sing as children. I love this song because it resonated so much with my pain. I used to sing, kagamba nti sijuwe kagamba nenga pati yenasinga okwogera ngamba kyosinga mama bawo nalaba babiri ebwenkula singa mama bawo. I don't remember, but I remember that part. Banga nakayimbanga nnyo nenkaba. And then there was another song kakagamba nti najja lwambi najja lwannaku nze saamanya tebiribaawo biriba biti. Biddako bikyannemye okumaliriza naye nga it is a story about this mother who ran away with a child, and they went to a cave. But in that cave, they found a very big snake, and the mother had no option but to fight the big snake in order for her to survive with the child. I think agamanga najja lwambi najja lwannaku nze saamanya tebiribaawo biriba biti nadduka kufaana kuwona nfuna emirembe mu lutalo lw'okusosola najja n'omukadde tatatata. Sijjukira byaddangakaawo naye mu buto nali nduyimba naye nga it resonated so much with my pain. Nalwagalanga nnyo naye bwe nayimbanga oluyimba olwo kati it kind of like made me fall so much into music. Nenesanga nga ndi omu kwabo abayimba bagamba abagenda okulembera who's going to lead that song P3 Judith Babirye mwabasooka kulayina olyoka weefukuta n'okuba seketa ojagala mu myaka egyo no kati wena nowenyenya amaanyi gonna ne gaggwayo ne bakuwa akasente awo nodduka n'ogula paani. So I was that kind of child. And then fast things forward, nemaliriza Nalinya Rwantale. Bwe mumaliriza era nasoma bulungi, nali muntu ayagala ebitabo byange. Kati weebuuza subject ki yali esinga okunzibuwalira. Ngenda kwogera eyo okuzibuwalira gundi gwe math. Haya n'olwaleero nkyasooka kunyinga calculator. God bless you. See you in my next episode in Kubulire, my favorite subject. God bless you.